The diplomatic chamber aboard the Zenith Accord hummed with the precise frequency of artificial gravity generators, maintaining Earth-standard conditions. Alex Chen stood at attention beside the crystalline serving cart, his xenobiology training doing little to calm the tremor in his hands. Across the obsidian floor, the Veloxian delegation arranged themselves in their characteristic spiral formation, with Queen Zhacharia at the center, her bioluminescent chromatophores pulsing in anticipation. Elsa Martinez, the lead xenochemist, had detected it 3 hours earlier. The spectroscopic analysis had been unmistakable: tetrodotoxin analog, molecularly modified to bypass standard scanners, laced into the ceremonial meal prepared for the Queen. Someone wanted this treaty to end in an interstellar incident. "Begin the presentation," Ambassador Reeves commanded through Alex's earpiece. Alex lifted the dome from the first plate. The Veloxian delicacy gleamed under the chamber's trispectrum lighting, its surface tensions precisely calibrated to Veloxian physiology. To human eyes, it resembled liquid mercury infused with fragments of opal, but Alex knew it was compressed protein matrices harvested from the methane seas of Velox Prime. The Queen's sensory tendrils extended, detecting the molecular composition of the offering. In Veloxian culture, refusing food offered in friendship was tantamount to declaring war. The treaty, 15 years in negotiation, depended on this moment. Humanity needed access to Veloxian slipstream technology. The Veloxian Consortium needed Earth's rare earth elements for their quantum computational matrices. Elsa's voice crackled through the microreceiver embedded in Alex's temporal bone. "The poisoned plate is third in sequence. Queen's portion. You have approximately 90 seconds before service protocol demands you present it." Alex's mind raced. The security sweep had been thorough, or so they'd thought. Someone with intimate knowledge of both human and Veloxian biology had engineered this poison. It wouldn't kill the Queen immediately, but 12 hours after consumption, her neural cluster would cascade into catastrophic failure. The Veloxian investigation would reveal the toxin's human origin. War would be inevitable. 60 seconds, Elsa whispered. Protocol demanded silence during the ceremonial serving. Any deviation, any irregular behavior would be analyzed by the Veloxian security detail for threat assessment. Their particle weapons were molecular disruptors, capable of reducing flesh to component atoms in microseconds. Alex approached with the second plate, his movements measured, rehearsed. As he presented it to the Queen's secondary, a Veloxian whose designation translated roughly to first shield, he caught sight of the third plate on the cart. Identical, perfect, poisoned. 40 seconds. His mind cycled through possibilities. Alert security. The accusation would collapse negotiations regardless of evidence. Delay. Impossible without breaching protocol. Destroy the plate. The act would be interpreted as aggression. Then he saw it. The solution crystallized with brutal clarity. 20 seconds. Alex, I've isolated the compound's activation mechanism. It requires interaction with Veloxian digestive enzymes. It's completely inert to human metabolism. Alex lifted the third plate. His hands steadied. The trembling stopped. 10 seconds. What are you? The Queen's primary sensory tendrils focused on him, reading his biometrics, analyzing pheromone output, electromagnetic field fluctuations. Veloxian perception existed across spectrums humans couldn't begin to process. Alex raised the plate to presentation height, then deliberately, ceremonially, brought it to his own lips. The chamber froze. Ambassador Reeves's sharp intake of breath was audible across the diplomatic channel. The Veloxian delegates' chromatophores flashed alarm red in unison, but Alex had studied their culture, understood their psychology. The act of consuming food meant for another was the ultimate statement of trust in Veloxian tradition, a food taster's sacrifice, demonstrating the offering was safe. It was also an unforgivable breach of protocol. The substance touched Alex's tongue. It tasted of ozone and copper, burning slightly as it flowed across his palate. He swallowed. His human digestive system began processing the toxin that would have killed the queen, rendering it harmless through metabolic pathways that had evolved under a yellow sun instead of Velox Prime's blue giant. "What have you done?" Elsa's voice was barely audible. The queen's tendrils withdrew. For 3 heartbeats, no one moved. Then her chromatophores shifted through a sequence Alex had never seen in any training simulation, ultraviolet patterns dancing across her epidermis. She began to vocalize, her voice a harmonics that the translation matrix struggled to process. "The human male has enacted the old ritual. He has taken the death meant for us." First Shield stepped forward, scanners extending. Within seconds, the analysis would be complete. They would detect the poison Alex had just consumed. The Veloxians would know there had been an assassination attempt. "Alex, your vital signs are stable, but security is moving to intercept." Elsa's training kept her voice professional even as it trembled. "The toxin is in your bloodstream. We have maybe 6 hours to synthesize a treatment protocol." The queen approached, her massive form moving with unexpected grace. She extended a manipulator appendage, stopping centimeters from Alex's face. Her chromatophores pulsed in complex patterns. "Your species continues to surprise us, Alex Chen of Earth." The translation matrix rendered her words with unusual clarity. "You have demonstrated trust beyond protocol. You have taken poison meant for me into your own body." First Shield completed his scan. His chromatophores flashed urgent patterns to the queen. "A sophisticated toxin," the queen continued, "engineered to my specific biology, but harmless to your metabolism. Clever, desperate, honorable." She turned to Ambassador Reeves. "There is a traitor in this negotiation. Perhaps yours, perhaps ours. But this human has proven humanity's intent is true." She produced a small crystalline vial from a biological storage cavity in her carapace. "This is Theneth extract. It will purge the toxin from your system. Your sacrifice will not end in death." As Alex accepted the vial, Elsa's voice came through one final time. "Alex, you beautiful idiot. You just saved the treaty, and maybe both our species." The plate had been poisoned. A human man had disrupted everything. But instead of war, Alex Chen had swallowed the poison and proven that trust could exist between worlds, even when death was on the menu.